Hey my gorgeous Leo, so in a wacky world, you've now got a wacky bird coming on to give you your star sign reading. So I'm going to dive straight in, but if you are a Leo that has a birthday this week, happy birthday to you. Yeah, my energy's a bit like skewy at the minute, a bit like my camera, because I don't know why I'm flickering, but we're going with it. We're going with it. So I decided to use the animal deck, the animal oracle deck this week, and it's been very interesting. Crow, transition, Gemini got this. You may have strong Gemini placements in your chart. Always check sun, moon, your rising, and your Venus signs because they are all important, people. So the crow transition. So look at them crows this week. Which part of your life is or may be going through a transition? Maybe you're changing relationships, careers, or even cities. Whatever it is, the crow is signalling that you are ready to make the change. Something is dying off in order for something to come back in. Look out for those crows bringing in transitional energies. Be the crow. Take on that energy. There has been a bit of a bird theme going on with a lot of my videos. We've had hawks, we've had eagles, we've had owls, and we've got crows. Someone's had a zebra though. So the main reading, I am going to be using the Lilith Designs Yin Yang Oracle because I like them and because I can. So let's have a look. We have external parties, Leo. External parties. So other people have got an element of involvement in your reading. Could be people that you are not getting on with, people who are two-faced. You know, I feel like it's a week where you are, I can't be bothered being around those types of people. Look at the faces. Who would want to sit with them? It's like that meme that we're going around, isn't it? You know, you can't sit with us. I don't want to sit with you. It's that type of energy. So you may be seeing little clicks and stuff like that, or kind of stepping back and thinking, oh my God, like, why am I wasting my energy being around people like you? You know, that type of energy. Clicky, clicky, clicky energy. That's what I'm getting, Leo. So, what's crossing your energy? We've got Pluto bringing in a transformation. We've got transitions and transformations from the dark to the light. Something is being, you know, whatever's done in the dark comes to light. So, you're definitely going to be seeing people for what they actually are, Leo. Why is it coming around? Because now is the time to heal the inner child. So there could actually be, this external factor could actually be an old friendship coming up to the forefront. It could be people that are kind of, take a step back and look who entraps you into the old cycles that you were in. You know, do you have a friend that, or a so-called associate, who reminds you of somebody in your past or in your family or whatever, in your childhood, who had some kind of like resisting energy towards you? You know those times where you just know someone dislikes you for no reason? It happens to me a lot. I'm a life path 11. I am the mirror. But I really don't care. It's like that energy. I feel like you're going to be more in tune with it, but that's not a reflection of you. That's a reflection of that person, because I feel like you're reflecting something to them that they, you know, about them that they don't like. So don't take it personal. That's what I want to say. Recent past, we've got the masculine energy. So masculine energy is a good energy when it's used properly, but I feel like definitely there's been some kind of control element to this. The feminine energy, even if you're a man watching this, Leo, we all have that masculine and that feminine part, and it is about relinquishing control and letting the feminine come in and create a better future and nurture things and love things and heal things, where the masculine part of us is about needing to control our own lives and things like that. There could have been a male in your life in the past, say a relative or an ex-partner, that type of energy that has had some kind of control over you. Also, people from the past changing the narrative or making you feel like people don't like you. I've had that in a narcissistic relationship years ago. You know, like, no one likes you. And the way I stopped that was I literally said to him, it's okay, because every time I see your friends now, I'm going to pull them, I'm going to ask them. No, they haven't said no. It's just because he knows I will. He knew I will. You know, it is that type of energy, so don't listen to stuff like that. It's definitely a week of not taking things personal, Capricorn, because I feel like, Capricorn, why have I just said Capricorn? And you may have Capricorn in your chart, you may have dealing with Capricorn. It is the devil card in tarot. Don't take it to heart. It's almost like sit back and just allow things to flow, because you know, you've got that crow energy. Things are just dying off as they're meant to. Yeah, see? You're completing some kind of cycle, but your voice is going to create the change. If people don't like what you've got to say, or the fact that if you're putting yourself first and you want to say no, you know, but some of my Leos, I'm definitely getting some kind of control or abuse energy in this. So if that doesn't resonate with you, always check your Sun, Moon, your Rising and your Venus. You're breaking some kind of cycle with your words, with your voice. That doesn't mean you have to go around running around justifying yourself. If you've left an abuser or you've walked away from an abusive situation, give yourself a pat on the back. You don't have to justify it to anybody. But you've got to watch the words that you're saying to yourself as well in them situations, because I've been there. So, you know, at the minute, you may be feeling down and out and battered and bruised, that type of thing. But, you know, you're a cycle changer. You're completing that cycle. You're getting ready for that rebirth, that transition. You know, be ready to make the change with the crow. You are. You are ready to make that change. It's like to spread your wings and show your colours. Not afraid to shine. Because going forward, we've got some strength and empowerment. But I also want you to be careful, because what also came out was apology and forgiveness. People like that who do that to you and make you go through those, you know, everything happens for a reason, yeah, it does. But that doesn't mean that we have to forgive. Nope. I'm a big believer in that. You know, you start empowering yourself, you get your strength back, and it looks like someone from the past comes back with some kind of like apology. I kind of want to just say like, yeah, cheers, thanks. I don't need it, but thanks for saying it, whatever. On you go, bye. You know, your power is forming a solid structure for yourself now. So it's about solid foundations, your firm foundations, focusing on that. The outside influence for my Leos is an epiphany, a breakthrough. So there is some kind of epiphany coming through this week. And I feel like some of my Leos will want to up and leave. So there could be property, you could be looking over properties, that type of thing. There could be changes in where you live, or you may be changing where you live, you know, decorating, that type of thing. In Spirit's hopes for you is that you can be detached, you can go cold on people. You know, if you are a natural born empath, that is so hard. Honestly, my power is the fact that I've managed to get to that point now where I can detach from other people's thoughts about me and stuff like that, and judgments and stuff like that, because, you know, I really don't care anymore. I've got to that point. I am like a cold shower. Because your outcome this week, Leo, is self-care. It's your energy. It's your preserves. You know, some of my Leos may even be looking at doing, you know, a little spa day, or if we are in a cost of living crisis, but it could be like just to put some candles around the bath and, you know, explore your own energy, taking back the control, especially after this period of controlling energy. So give yourselves a pat on the back, Leo, this week, and I love you muchly. Mwah.